Hello, my name is Lincoln Obermeyer, and I'm going to be sharing with you 5 objects that somehow represent me. Alright, so the first object I have to show off is this Washburn acoustic guitar. I've had this guitar since I was maybe 12. It's in a nice, lovely sunburst color. It's got electric pickups. You can plug it into an amp. I've been playing guitar since I was 8. It's huge in my family. Both my older brothers play. My dad was a drummer, so we always wanted us as his kids to be always around instruments, picking up new different ones, just always being a musician. I have a deep love for music. I go to a ton of concerts. I'll just play a little bit. And then I also have just a couple other little musical instruments to show off. This is a jaw harp. I'm still considering this all as one thing to show off. It's just kind of musical instruments as a whole. Doesn't really have much range as an instrument, but it's fun. And then I have a little harmonica right here. Little Piano Man riff for you. That's really the only instruments I could bring to my dorm room here. So the next object I have to show off is this laminated cutout piece of newspaper that my grandma sent me like 12 years ago. I've always had a deep love of fishing. They live out in Sanibel, Florida. And so I would go down there, visit, stay at the beach, and just fell in love with the inshore saltwater fishing there. So she saw this little fish wish list, which one's a keeper, and thought, you know what, I'll send that off to Lincoln. Let me see, this is from the Visitor's Guide 2013. And I've crossed off a few, if you can see that. The snook's been crossed off, sheep's head. And she writes, Lincoln, keep these on your wish list to catch. Love, Grandma C. Alright, the next object I have to show off is actually a pretty silly sweatshirt. It is a Civil War sweatshirt with a map of the entire Civil War, and some important battles. It's there in Virginia. I know it might be backwards. It's surrounded with like model rifles, ships. I believe there's like a submarine on here. A lot of cool stuff. And I've always loved thrifting, going out, finding weird kind of clothing objects. I've always a very eccentric clothing style. It also blends in with a love of history. I just love to find weird and unique things, and I definitely think this fits under that. Now my next item here, I'm gonna probably have to stand up for to show it fully off. But it is a University of Texas pride flag, not other kind of pride. And it is signed by Earl Campbell, the 1977 Heisman winner. Both my parents went to the University of Texas. And I've always went to football games there, basketball games, saw Kevin Durant play, saw a whole bunch of really cool athletes there. And I've always played football and basketball myself. I love watching sports, keeping up with it. And this is really my only piece of sports memorabilia, but I like to think it as a big part of who I am. And last but not least, I have a pair of Nile crocodile leather cowboy boots. They're a little over the top, no doubt about it. I wouldn't recommend that being anybody's first pair of boots. But seeing as I'm from Austin, Texas, I was born and raised in cowboy boots. I've been wearing them since my feet could fit in them. I feel pretty comfortable. And I don't know, just my Texas roots. All right.